Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Hopefully you got a coffee out. It is a Friday, so we're nearing the end of the trading week. And really, we're nearing an end of the trading day. It's 1:41. The only reason I'm making a video is because I'm off today. I just got back from a trip. I've been out all week. I've been hearing your heart-filled pleas begging me to come back to make more content because you've missed me so much. Not really, but if you're new to this channel, I've been trying to document me selling options just to see if I can try to make some extra income doing so. And then if so, and you're interested in doing something like this on your own, hopefully you can use this as motivation and maybe we can motivate each other. And then if not, and I do terribly, hopefully you find this at least entertaining. And if this sounds cool, please consider subscribing. That way you don't miss any videos in the future. I'm trying to get to 1,000, which we're getting closer and closer to each week. And I do truly appreciate you guys that have subscribed and have followed along. And so what you probably came here for, me selling options. Some things have happened over the week, but to be frank, I've just been selling options on the same companies that I've been selling options on probably since I started documenting me doing this on YouTube. And it seems to be the same companies like Chipotle, SoFi for sure. SoFi probably the biggest one that I've been selling puts on continuously. NVDA, some Pinterest, which is I guess a newer one in the past week or so, and HIMS, and also trading the wheel on SPY that I do in a different brokerage account, which hasn't been really producing that much lately. But if we go to my spreadsheet, and I use this to track and try to manually just keep track of all of the options that I sell and how much I gain in premium, so far my monthly return is, let me make sure it's covering everything that's not, it's $2,066. I also run this little metric just to see how much of it is SoFi only. And so far this month, the premium I've gained just from selling options on SoFi, and the only reason I care about SoFi specifically is because it's the biggest holding in my Robinhood portfolio. $260 in premium from SoFi, just selling puts, and the occasional call that I've sold, which I've regretted because SoFi just continues to skyrocket, and I guess that's what happens when you sell a call. You take that risk of selling it at the agreed upon price. And I knew that going in. It's not like I'm selling my whole portfolio and I'm selling calls on my whole portfolio. I'm only doing it one at a time if I do it. So it's not that big of a deal. But I do sell the occasional call on SoFi. Now this week we had earnings from a company that I like to sell puts on because they gave you a lot of premium. Just because it is more of a volatile company. It's one of the biggest companies in the world, and that is NVIDIA. Last week, I made a video about how I rolled up a put, or I didn't roll up, I actually rolled down. I rolled a put on NVIDIA an extra week, and I made $334 in premium. And the reason the premium was so much, even though the strike price went down, is because earnings was this week, and that gives you more volatility typically, and then more premium. And I'm happy to announce that I actually closed that. I bought to close that put that I sold for $14. So I made $320 total in profit from rolling that put down to $141 strike price for today. And then what I actually did on NVIDIA yesterday is it started off in the red during the morning. So I sold another put on NVIDIA for $138, and then NVIDIA ended up returning back up. So I rolled that put up to 140, the strike of 140, getting another $21 in premium, and the initial premium I got from the original put was $54. And that one is still open. So if we look at that, here is that put right here that I sold yesterday and then rolled up for some extra premium as NVIDIA went up in price. And right now it's currently worth $8. So my options right now, no pun intended, are to buy to close this for $8 and regain my collateral, or just let it expire and get the $8 extra, assuming that NVIDIA doesn't go to 140 or below and I don't get assigned the shares, which I don't think it's going to do. Or I can roll this position because I'll likely end up selling another put on NVIDIA next week anyway, so I can go ahead and look at just doing that now, closing this one, opening another one for next week, and trying to make some premium that way. So that current put is a strike of 140, and it's worth $9 right now. And something that looks enticing to me is this 138 strike put. Chance of profitability of it not being assigned is around 77%. And I'll make $126 in premium by selling this put. So minus the 9, if we click it, that'll give us $117 in credit by rolling this put, going down a couple dollars in strike, and rolling it out another week. So let's go ahead and do that just to show you what it looks like. So I'm closing this 140 today and opening another one for 138 next week, making 116-ish dollars in credit. Go ahead and hit continue. The bid-ask spread is pretty tight, but it says I have a low fill likelihood if I do 116. So let's do 115. We'll hit review order, submit, and just see if that ever gets assigned. Okay, so it did take a bit to play around with the bid-ask spread, but I finally got one to go through, and I ended up making $111 rolling this put out a week with the strike price of 138. So that's kind of a live example of how you can roll a put on Robinhood, at least, and it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy to do with their UI, and I made $111 in premium doing so. And that's just kind of been the name of the game, is just trying to sell options for some premium and do it out of the money to a point that I feel safe at. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoyed me coming back. Maybe you didn't even notice, and that's fine. And I hope to see you in a future video as well. And as always, take care.